Oh, a microphony.
And a phony at the mic.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
The Doctor of Discernment is now online.
You know, much like my show, in that it's a local reaction to things that are happening on a federal level.
Dispensing a daily dose of common sense. No prescription required.
Wow, do I have a boatload of stuff for you, from the crazy to the absurd. Let's start getting into it because, I mean, it is bizarro world out there. And I say, if it's obvious to me, should be obvious to everybody. Oh, wow. Who could have seen this coming?
This is the Fourth Hour with Greg Belfrage.
Hold on to your butts.
Broadcasting from my basement bunker beneath Kello Radio. Welcome to the Fourth Hour. It's great to have all of you along. There is an interview that Senator John Kennedy did. Senator John Kennedy is one of the folks, and I think I mentioned this before, and I know I have on the air. I greatly admire Senator John Kennedy. And he was on a podcast on the New York Post. This is Miranda Devine's podcast, I believe. Podforce One, it's called. And he was talking about Joe Biden's cognitive decline. He believes was so bad that that's what encouraged Vladimir Putin in the first place to go into Ukraine. And he explains.
I remember when Putin was lined up on the Ukrainian border, thinking of going in, weighing his option, watching President Biden at a short press conference say, well, if it's a small incursion, yes, it might be okay.
Remember this?
And I'm thinking, I'm going to say what I say. So I thought, holy Moses.
That's an invitation.
That's an invitation. I could see the beginning of his neurodegenerative disease. It got worse. His staff cleverly hid it until they couldn't anymore. He had to debate in front of God and country and the American people. And the American people saw it. And they said, look, this man is just, he's like my grandpa, who I just took the car keys away from.
Yeah, absolutely right. Absolutely right. So I think he's, Joe Biden, and the way you respond, you've got to respond with strength. And Joe Biden did not respond with strength. He didn't respond with strength on anything unless, of course, it was Republicans. And we saw what happened. I think Senator Kennedy is absolutely right about that. Now, while we're talking about the Biden administration, Jen Psaki is insinuating that the vice president's wife, Usha Vance, she made some comments. I want you to see them. I'm going to roll this from the beginning so you catch all of them because, and I apologize, this piece, they play part of it and then there's some text that comes up and then they come back a few seconds later. But I want you to see the entirety of what it was that Jen Psaki said about the second lady, Usha Vance.
I think the little Manchurian candidate, J.D. Vance, wants to be president more than anything else.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. He wants to be president. All right. So, and then she goes after the vice president's wife.
I always wonder what's going on in the mind of his wife. Like, Are you okay? Please blink 4 times.
Yes.
We'll come over here. We'll save you. And that he's willing to do anything to get there. And
so I'm going to just stop it there because that is crazy. Talking about Usha Vance, if you're okay, blink 4 times and we'll get there. We'll get to you. Wow, these people are just, I continue to believe that things can't get any worse. And they just keep getting worse. It's just absolutely amazing. And the fact that anybody gives a crap what Jen Psaki has got to say, that to me, I just find amazing. And I think it says something. Okay, she's got all kinds of viewers. Common sense on Main Street not so much. We're trying here, and steadily increasing our numbers. In fact, let me give you a rundown. Because I've been encouraging folks to please subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, now we're up over 460. So I made an impassioned plea this morning and a few more subscribers. We're shooting for 500. So I'm at 463 as of right now. So my thanks to all of you who are a part of what we're doing. Okay, what's going on over in the socialist state of Minnesota? Get a load of this. Democrat leaders in the legislature are trying to stir up gun control support. Minnesota Senate Majority Leader Aaron Murphy, over and over again, we see polling data that shows a majority of Minnesotans support an agenda that would include banning high-capacity magazines and assault weapons. Do I need to tell you again? Assault weapons in this country have already been banned. What they are talking about, today's assault weapon, as defined by the Democrats, the assault weapon is a semi-automatic. It's just absolutely crazy. So, yeah. And I have to wonder, okay, a polling data was there that said I ought to bury my head in the ground. You know what I mean? It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So they're out there talking about strong support for banning the AR-15, which is the most popular rifle in America. The AR-15 is not an automatic weapon. It is a semi-automatic weapon. You have to depress the trigger every time you want to fire it. I mean, it's the same old nonsense. It's one of the reasons why I really believe Minnesota is last in just about everything. And it's unfortunate because there are things in Minnesota I absolutely love. There are areas in Minnesota I absolutely love. And the politics isn't one of them. Okay, I've got to show you this from the New York Post. Hunter Biden's upset again. Hunter Biden is upset. They're saying, because remember when former President Obama led Joe Biden off the stage, holding his hand, leads him off the stage. So in Jonathan Karl's new book, Hunter Biden was infuriated by that. And he said, that really, really, really pissed me off, he says. So what doesn't piss off Hunter Biden these days? So he was so enraged watching Barack Obama lead Joe Biden off the stage at that Hollywood fundraiser last year that he nearly cursed out the former president. I almost jumped up on the stage and said, don't ever effing do that again to the president of the United States again, ever, he said. Oh, like he is such a better spokesperson for Joe Biden than Barack Obama. You remember that? And the reason he's mad is because, again, it allowed America to see what was really going on, is that Joe Biden was infirmed and Joe Biden needed help. And I think you and I saw it. Everybody saw it, going back to that, that cut from Senator Kennedy and what he was saying. We all saw it. It was all there in front of us. And I think for folks who are really dialed in, they saw it long before the debate. But the entire country saw it during the debate. After the debate, the beautiful thing was that there was no more hiding from it. That the left could no longer lie about Joe Biden and his condition. And that's really where we wound up. There was a video that I wanted. Now, this is an AI generated video. Okay. And old timers like me remember Don Rickles. And I love Don Rickles. I still love Don Rickles. I follow his stuff. I follow the old Johnny Carr. On social media. If Don Rickles is in a cut, I'm watching it from the Tonight Show because I absolutely loved him. Somebody somebody put together an AI piece, and it is absolutely incredible. I meant to share this with you yesterday. It's this AI. Now, again, this is AI generated video of Don Rickles, and it's absolutely hilarious.
Did you
Now he's talking about the No Kings protests, okay? The No Kings protest from over the weekend.
see that protest this weekend? 1 million people out there, and not one of them sure what they're protesting. I saw a guy yelling, "Down with tyranny," next to a lady selling tie-dye muffins. Looked like a reunion for people who still think hashtags are pound signs. Okay, boomer. They had signs so confusing, even ChatGPT just went, huh? One sign said, "No kings." Buddy, relax. You're in a food court, not Game of Thrones. Half of them were chanting, half were counting steps to the porta potties. I'm just amazed they all found parking for their Subarus. God bless them. Every revolution needs granola, guilt, and a nap.
That just absolutely cracked me up. I don't know who did that, but it was incredibly funny. And I'm going to leave it there for today. Thank you so much for letting me join you. That is a wrap from the bunker. You have made it to the end of the video, so you're part of my gallery of champions. Special salute to the Bunker Brigade, those folks that are here each and every day, my subscribers on YouTube, and I really, really appreciate all of you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Until then, I'm underground and gone.